Hi and welcome back to the railway. I thought that it might be interesting to feature my 8f's. At the moment I have two on the layout. There's a third one on the way. Now these are both 3-rail 8f's, originally so, with the original motors. These are not Ringfield motors in these. Later on there'll be a demonstration of just how powerful these are when we hook up quite a number of freight wagons and haul them around the layout. Now, one of the things that should be visible in this video is that the locomotive on the left has a coupling at the front. Now that's off a 4MT. They're exactly the same front bogie, except that a normal 8F would come as this one has, with no coupling on the front, coupling on the rear, and so because this one was a terrible runner going forwards, I don't know why, there's just something about this with front bogies on it that it doesn't like. So I was scratching my head one day and I thought, well, I'll make this one pull, I'll make this one go tender first. And so that meant putting a coupling on the front, which was easy enough to do. So somewhere around here there's a 4MT tank flying around without a coupling on its front bogie. I just swapped the bogies over. Now what this has meant is that these can double head smoke box to smoke box or tender to tender, and by a happy accident the magnet in one of these is reversed. I can't remember which one is the real offender, but it arrived into my care in that condition, and I've chosen not to do anything about it. So when this one runs backwards, this one runs forward, hence the tender to tender or smoke box to smoke box. Anyway, we'll put these running and you can have a look at them in action just on their own and with a substantial load on, and then maybe we'll have a look at the inner workings of one of these. Righto, so let's get these going. I thought that as well as running these we might take a closer look at them. Now here are the two locos that are currently in the collection. If I just turn this one over, a couple of things are immediately obvious. Flangeless driving wheels in the center. This is the leading bogie of the 4MT, and I've got a 4MT here. I've got the chassis of one for a comparison. So there we are. You can see that well, obviously these are identical because this came off a 4MT, but if I bring the other 8F back and turn it over, you can see that all that's missing is the rivet and the simplex coupling. Okay, so what have we got? Well, tender pickups. I hope you can see that in there. The very, very familiar connection between locomotive and tender. This one's been repaired. I'll take this apart because you can probably see that one's been hardwired in at some stage. Okay, so we simply undo that, undo one of these, and that's the tender off. It's a good heavy tender. I don't know what that weighs in at, but it's reasonably substantial. I'll take the front bogie off. I don't think this is necessary, but we'll do it anyway. And there's a screw in the chimney, and that allows us to take the body off. There we are. Okay, so body off, and this is the original type of motor, 3-pole armature. Everything should look familiar here. This is similar to what you'd find in early castles, and as with the castles, it was replaced and re-engineered with one of these. Now there's a short ring field and a long ring field. For the life of me, I can't remember which is which, but here they which goes into which locomotive. I have a funny feeling that the longer one goes into the Bullied Pacifics and the shorter one goes into these. I genuinely can't remember, but it's easy enough to replace these motors. They undo with screws and just slip out, so they can be easily replaced. And parts for these are pretty easy to get. It's the brushes that wear. These are a lovely model, I think. I think they're a real achievement on the part of Hornby Dublo, and I love having them on the layout, which is why I keep buying them. That's my excuse anyway. The body is really substantial, and you can see why these things pull. There's a lead weight in there, which can be extracted. Again, it's a very nice casting, and this survived into Wren days with a ring-filled motor, 2-rail versions, and there were little upgrades like nickel wheels and so forth. Anyway, let's just look over this. Now this is the one, as I say, with the front coupling. I'll just run this along here, and you can see this in all its glory. I think when you first purchase one of these, you're a little surprised at how compact they are, how small the drivers appear, and how busy these things look when they run, because these little wheels really do go around quite fast on full power. But they're great for pulling trains, and I think, if I think back to the 80s and 90s, I can remember seeing kits that used the chassis on these as the basis for War Department 8-coupled locomotives, and I think they'd be an excellent choice. Anyway, that's pretty much the inner workings of this. We'll get back to the layout, see these running, and as I've threatened, see them pulling some really substantial loads. Okay, back to the layout. here's something. I've got my friend Oscar helping me, and we are double heading a huge train. Just get a look at this. This is Dublo pulling power at its best. Okay, even more behind these two 8f's. Again, Oscar's in control. Are we on full power?
Yeah.
It's still going. Look at that. It's nearly half the circuit. And here's the shot to end this video. One going tender first, one loco first. It's been great to give these a run. Thank you very much for watching, and see you soon. Bye.